Hey guys, okay, so I'm going to do a step-by-step process of everything you need to do to complete an assignment, okay? Every single lesson in math this year is going to be exactly the same, except when we take the mid-topic assessment or the unit test, okay? So we're going to walk you through this so you make sure you have these directions. I'm going to put it on the landing page, and then you guys can go through and understand this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Now I'm starting from the beginning here. So some of this is, you've heard it before in class before. So we want to make sure that we're going through and looking at everything. All right. Okay. So here we go. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open up a new tab. Okay. Now, one of the most important things here is if you're on a different computer besides your Chromebook, to go through and make sure you log into your Google account. All right. That will allow you to access everything that you did before. Our access portal is always Clever. So you're going to go to Clever. We'll wait for this to pull up. Okay. Now you should have already gone through in class and hearted both Canvas and Savvas. So those should be right up at the top. Okay. So we're going to go to Canvas. Now with Canvas here, you're going to show all your different classrooms. For me, it's all my classes that I'm teaching. What you want to do is you want to go into your math class. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to the student view so you guys can see exactly what you're going to see. So here's the student view. I have this Google Meets up on top. I have classroom resources, but I'm going to add some more different information down here today after I get done with this video, including this video. Now, your most important aspect here is the modules. So we go to the modules. All right. Now I'm going to go off of week 3's information here. As you can tell, there is a lesson 1.3, and it says due Wednesday, Thursday. Now, if you click this open, it's going to tell you what you need to have done by Wednesday and Thursday. Okay. So if you look, it says, even here in the directions, you will need to complete the following before you come to class on Wednesday or Thursday. It says, watch my lecture and take notes located on Canvas, which I will show you where it is in a moment. One of the most important things you need to remember, guys, is now this is what I use as my notebook, okay? You can use anything. I gave you guys spiral notebooks, okay? So you can use anything here. The most important part is when you watch my lecture, you need to be writing everything down that I wrote down on the lecture, that I wrote down on the board during the lecture. And then if it needs to spill over here, that's okay. But then you need to write down questions that you're going to ask me depending on whether you're coming in on Wednesday or if you're coming in on Thursday. Those questions need to be there already so we can get right to work on anything that you guys don't understand. Okay? So I'm going to go back to the module again. And it says the first one is to watch the lecture. Now, if you look here, here's the lesson 1.3 lecture. You click on this, and my lecture is going to come up. See it right here? Here's my lecture. If you press play on this, it's going to play it. You can watch it as many times as you want. You can go through and pause it to make sure you get everything written down. You can zoom in on it. If you're absent, you should know exactly what you need to do and write down those notes. Okay? Let's go back to this then. So I've watched the lecture, right? I've taken notes. I've done step 1. I'm going to go back to the Wednesday, Thursday, see what else I need to do. It says watch the 3 examples in Savvas. Now, you can access Savvas right here. Okay? If you need to, you can go back to Clever and click here, or you can go through and click it here. And you'll see, because I'm logged into Google, okay, it's going to open a new tab. All right, that it will ask me if I want to sign in under that account. Here's my account. So I'm going to log in with that. It's signing in. And it's going to come up with this screen. Now, some of you are going to want to go through and click over here on your class. And you'll only have your class up here. But you don't want to do that. You want to go over here to Savvis Realize and click on this. That's going to open an additional screen. Okay, once that one loads, guys, so that you don't have too many screens up, and this is where a lot of people have problems getting Savvis to access or Canvas to work, you need to close down this other one that you just went to. Now, what you want to press into is classes. Now, yours will come right up with your class and your assignment. So I'm going to go into first period and we're going to look at what's on there. Now, I'm going to take this one and actually, I'll leave that for right now. Okay, so what it looks like is this. Okay, so you have your examples right here. That's what it said. Go to your examples. Okay, so I'm going to click into Unit 1 examples, into that folder. Yours will click right in. I'm going to preview it with this one. Okay, and it will have all the examples for the entire unit in there. There's a lot. It looks overwhelming. But remember, we're looking at Unit Lesson 3. So you can see here's 1, here's 2. There's always 3 examples. Make sure you watch example 1, then watch example 2, then watch example 3. If you need to add additional notes to your notebook, do that. Add those additional notes. Okay, and you can watch those as many times as you want. That's why I put them in a folder, so you can go back to it if you need to review. Okay, then because I left Savvis open, I finished watching the examples. I go back, go to the modules because we did an open tab, right? I'm going to open this back up, the Wednesday, Thursday, and I look at the next one. Watch the virtual nerds. This is optional in Savvis if you need additional help. Okay, so I go back to this, I go back, okay, and you're going to see that there is a folder down here that's also Unit 1 Virtual Nerds. If you open this up, then it will show all the virtual nerds for this unit. We're looking for Unit 3. There are 2 videos. These are just like YouTube videos if you need additional help. They are optional, but guys, I can tell you they are very, very helpful. Okay, so let's say you decide you got done with that. Then it says complete the Excel in Savvis. You can take this as many times as you would like. So I go back to Savvis again. I'm going to go back to the folders. And I go down, and here is my Unit 1 Excels. Okay, I click into this. All right, now here's the deal, guys, here. Okay, the Excels are going to be most of your grade. They're going to be 60% of your grade. So you want to make sure that you're completing these and getting as close to 100% on them as you can. This is the 1-3, right? This is lesson 3. You click into it, you go through, you do the problems that are in there. Okay, if you don't do too well, you can take it again. That's the reason I went through and did a whole folder of this. I will not delete this folder until after we take the unit test. So you can take any of these as much as you want. Let's say you get down to Unit 6 and you take it and you're finally understanding the concept for this unit, and you can then go back to Unit 1 if you only had like a 60% on this, retake it. It'll probably seem easy after that, all right? So make sure that you get as close to 100% on each one of these as you can. The nice thing is, as you're going through and you're doing these, and this is for a grade, the Excel is the one thing that's for a grade out of these folders. These other folders are not worth a grade. The examples of the virtual nerd are not worth a grade. They will show something over here, but they are not worth a grade. This will show over here. See how this 40% is up here for the second quiz? It will show your grade so far on the Excels as you're doing it. You will see that grade go up as you do more and more Excels. Okay, and that is the grade that I'm going to record. It's going to be worth 100 points per unit. That's the one I'll record in the grade book. All right. Now, let's say you get done with that. So then we go back. We look again. It says, remember, do not take the quiz until I've answered your questions in class. So in other words, I want you to come to class on Wednesday or Thursday, whichever day you're coming to class, and I want you to ask those questions that you have in your notebook. Once you get those questions answered and you think you understand the concept, then you can go through and take the quiz. So you would go through to modules, and it even shows you lesson 1.3 quiz. And it shows underneath here it's worth 5 points. Okay. So that means you're not going to click in here. You can, but it's going to give you an additional thing. I've posted the quiz twice in your Savvas account. Do not take these until you have an opportunity to discuss the lesson in class or on Google Meets. Then take both the quizzes. Unless you earn 100% on the first time, and I will record the higher grade. So this is what I'm saying. You go back to your portal. You can see lesson 1 and 2 quizzes are already in here, okay? You get to take it twice. Here's the first quiz, right? You take it twice, and whichever one ends up being the highest grade, I will record in the grade book. You do not have to take it twice if you go through and you get 100% on the first one. Then you leave that. Once I see it and I record it, I will delete this out of your account so that it does not get too busy. Okay, guys? So let's look back here. Module, okay? This is everything you need to do for this lesson. But you have to remember that the stuff that's in here, you need to keep clicking on these ones out here and look, because this is what you need to have done by Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, you need to do all of these before you come to class on Wednesday or Thursday. All right, guys? Then afterwards, you're going to want to go through and take the quiz right away, because we're going to have an assignment every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, so you're going to need to, if let's say you come in on Wednesday, you discuss the lesson, you get done with it, you take the quiz, you need to get started right away on Friday's lesson. Okay, and Friday's lesson is going to work exactly the same. Okay, guys, and remember, Savvas, the only thing that's going to be in the modules are directions and your lecture. All of your assignments are going to be in Savvas. Okay, guys? All right. So, okay, I'm going to go through and go back to the meets, and we're going to stop sharing. Okay, so guys, I just need you to be working hard. I'm working hard to get all of these different lectures on so that you have plenty of time to look them over and then do the assignment and be able to ask me questions in class. Okay, so I need, as hard as I'm working, I need you to work just as hard and make sure that you're learning all this information. Okay, guys, and don't hesitate to ask questions. All right, I want questions. All right. Okay, so I hope that clears things up. I hope you understand this, and I will see you guys in class.